Well, 18 years of Isala Cup Namde, and finally it's become Isala Cup Namdu. So it was 2016, and RCB had got so close, but ended up losing that night against SRH at Chinnaswamy. 9 years later, a new captain, someone who just came in as an injury replacement when he was about to conduct his marriage, Rajat Patidar, and under that man, finally RCB ended up winning the trophy after 18 years of wait. That wait has finally come to an end. 18 years of wait came to an end for number 18 also. One who has been their face for years, has given his everything to the franchise. Well, I think you all have guessed it by now, Virat Kohli. So I mean, definitely it was a great moment for all the RCB players, the fans, and everyone. You could see Virat Kohli jumping with AB, Chris Gale, two of the other stalwarts who had played so many matches for RCB. So I mean, definitely this was a team that gave them the faith. And I mean, from the first match when they started at Eden, that chase against Kolkata Knight Riders, when they won against CSK at Chepauk for the first time in 17 years, I think they won against MI at Wankhede after 10 years. They won a match against Delhi after being 24 for 3 years, something around that sort. So, I mean, this team just kept on churning surprises one after another. And even on that final night, for a while, when it looked like Punjab could threaten them, they still again came back. And Krunal Pandya, the way he bowled. So, I mean, I'm joined by Abhishek and Ritik. And I mean, they're also pretty close RCB fans. So they have been, I mean, diehard RCB fans, I should say, over the last 18 years. And so I would like to ask both of you, I mean, like, what went right for RCB, or I should say, what went different for RCB that hasn't worked over the last 18 years? Yeah, definitely last 17 years. Definitely, I mean, Rajat Patidar's captaincy was a thing. Andy Flower, the coach, and I mean, here's what a CV this guy has. He's won so many trophies around the world, has worked with the England team, won the T20 World Cup in 2010. So, I mean, he's someone who has a brilliant career. Also, Dinesh Karthik's mentorship, the way they worked in the auction. So, what's you guys' opinion?
Satoshi, like when we talk about RCB winning for the first time, I think there are a lot of bases I think which RCB covered this time. I would say the first thing which I would say is that if you take the last 5 to 6 years as a reference, what RCB has been doing is that they were constantly going to the playoffs, if you remember, but they were not able to get to the top two position, which is very much, I would say, a necessity to win the IPL. So I would say that the consistency was always on their side, but somehow losing some of the crucial games in the group stage was the reason that RCB couldn't make it to the top two, and hence they were not able to make it to the winning side. And once they did it, I think it was and the kind of side they were. I think it was clear that RCB had very high chances of lifting the trophy. Now the reason that why they were not able to go to the top two, I would say that one of the things that RCB improved in this year's IPL is their bowling. The bowling unit looked formidable. To if you take the experience of Josh and Hazelwood, the experience that Kunal Pandya bring in like some of the important matches in Rajasthan, maybe especially the final, and Suresh Sharma, the way he has performed, I think Yash Dayal with his brilliant death bowling. I think RCB's bowling was never like whenever we talk
Bhuvneshwar
about
Kumar.
RCB, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, or the experience of Bhuvneshwar and Josh at the power play. So we always talked that the RCB's bowling was a concern, but this year I think RCB's bowling ticked all the boxes, and I think apart from Mumbai, RCB's bowling looked I would say the most formidable bowling lineup if you compare all the other teams. The other teams had some weakness in their bowling department. I would say that is one of the things. And if you talk about the batting side, like if you talk about that legendary trio, when you're talking about 2016, they were mostly dependent on ABD, Kohli, Gale, and maybe a Watson. So he's four. But this time, every batter stepped up to the occasion. Be it Virat Kohli, be it Phil Salt. Phil Salt has been amazing. The way he's playing IPL. Last year he did it for KKR, but now this time the way he gave the starts to RCB in the power play, that was something which RCB was missing, I would say. And then Devdutt Patigul playing some important knocks in matches. When Devdutt Patigul got injured, Mang Agarwal, when he came in, he felt that the need for Devdutt Patigul was not there. The need for developed
Yeah,
particle didn't seem as if
even
the
we can't ignore the
like
contributions of Jitesh Sharma. I mean, he was the reason they
Jitesh
played the
Sharma. I
qualifier
was
one,
coming here.
and then
Jitesh
even the
Sharma,
cameo he played in the
Tim
final
David,
when they were struggling. Team David, yeah, Romario
Tim
Shepard that
David,
50 of
Romario
14
Shabbat
balls against CSK.
against the CSK game. And in fact, Krunal Pandya, that who can forget that DC game when, as you
Yeah, that's
mentioned,
what
when
I was
RCB were
saying.
25 or
So
3, even Krunal Pandya stepped in. So that batting order, which was sometimes restricted to top 3, I would say, uh, uh, is now like
and
it's
Patidar
looking
himself, I mean, he was the architect in
mostly
those
sorted.
CSK and MI wins. I mean, he got a 50 at Chepauk and then a 50 at Wankhede also.
And by I will end last by saying that when you talk about Virat Kohli, I mean this year like whenever he has scored 40 plus or 50 plus, the RCB team has ended up winning. So I would say that is the I would say the impact he has on the team. So I would say all this ticks the RCB ticked all the boxes, and that's why they were able to lift the trophy.
Yeah, so Ritik, your views.
Yes, so I think Abhishek has covered the batting grounds as well as the bowling grounds. What I would like to say, combining both, is that for the I would not say that for the very first time, but maybe after quite a long time that I saw RCB playing as a unit, because as Abhishek mentioned that otherwise it was like they were dependent on some few bowlers or few specific batters, and that was the reason that somehow the team didn't perform as a unit. But if we look at this time, so I mean, throughout the tournament, they had as many as 9 player of the match performers. So that speaks volumes
Yeah,
that almost each and every player in the team contributed, and we have the results in front of us for the very first time. Yes, 18th season. So lucky for jersey number 18, and of course for the RCB fans and the entire RCB universe, if I put it that way. Of course, needless to mention the contributions from Andy Flower, DK, and the entire management, the way they
Yeah,
panned out
coming to
this
DK,
season.
I mean also like to
Yeah.
say some of the replacements that they took in the auction. So not just the main playing 11. If you look at the players who came in when they got injured, so when Salt got injured for a couple of matches, Jacob Bethel played. He got a 50, I think, against
Yes.
CSK. Then
yes,
there
yes,
was
yes.
Nuban Tushara. His economical spell was one of the reasons they won that LSG game when Pan scored 100. He gave some 24, 25 runs in his 4 overs. Nuban Tushara playing in place of Hazelwood.
Lungi Ngidi was
Lungi and
there, I think.
Giddy.
Yeah.
Lungi
Lungi
and
and
Giddy came
Giddy.
and picked up a 3
Who
for against
forget that
CSK.
CSK match, and especially
Yeah,
taking the wicket of Deval Brevis. Otherwise, the match could
he
have gone.
Yeah.
yeah. So Lungi and Giddy got 3 wickets. I mean, yeah. So those replacements also that just worked so well, and even David Padikkal. I mean, he's had big
Yes.
4 seasons with Rajasthan and Lucknow, and I mean, his last 50 was in RCB only. Came back, and he was given a role clarity. I mean, every time he came on number 3, Jeff didn't let the pressure get to Virat or whoever he was batting with, and attacked spin, attacked pace, played a cameo, got out. So it was
Yes.
sort of a good role clarity for each and every player. It's not like everyone needs to play out 20 overs. Maybe one guy will play 20 overs, the
Yeah,
others will play small cameos around him. And I mean, it was a proper constructed team. Even
Yes.
Kunal
And
Pandya, they didn't pick any mystery spinner and all. They bagged Suyash. Suyash maybe didn't do enough to throughout the tournament, but had a great spell in the qualifier one. Kunal was one of the best defensive spinners, bowling in economies of around 7 throughout his career, IPL career, and he again clicked and
yes.
clicked in the final also.
Yes, just one more point I would like to add, and so that was that I noticed that, especially the point that Abhishek was mentioning, that players like Gale, ABD, and Virat. So in some of the seasons, I could see that some teams like CSK, they used to trap them. They used to spin a web around the batters because they used to put in the spinners, and eventually these batters got out. But one major difference that I saw this season was RCB managing spin really well. I mean, you had guys like Rajat Patidar, who we all know that they are legends when it comes to playing spin. So I think that's a thing that
Jitesh
definitely
Sharma,
caught my attention. Yeah, Jitesh Sharma for sure. Even Devdutt Padikkal, if I say
Devdutt
that
Padikkal. Yeah,
stepping down and hitting those massive sixes. So that was a key difference in my books. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, there's already been enough discussion, though there will still be some more discussion, but not enough
Yeah.
to fit in this video. But yeah, coming to the future plans, I mean, once the celebrations settle in and the joy settles down, so RCB will again look forward to maybe defend the title in Chinnaswamy and achieve the feat which teams like MI and CSK have done, win trophies in consecutive years. So
Mhm.
in a quest to do that, what changes would you like to feel? I mean, any particular player you would like to release?
Absolutely not. If you ask me, then I want to go with the same side. Absolutely, but
So only
that's not
only
how it
one
goes.
player I
You
would be a
cannot.
bit dicey was Liam Livingston, maybe, but I think it played a
But I
good
think
knock in the final.
you can only keep, I think, 5 to 6 players, right? In
No,
the
no, in
like
the mini auction you
what,
can keep enough players. So
Okay.
I think Liam Livingston they can think of releasing. Apart
but
from that, they might
Livingston
release a
also, I
few
think
fringe players
he played
warming the
a
benches.
good knock in the he played a good knock in the final, I
Final.
would say.
They
Yeah.
can actually think of
Uh,
pace bowling all rounders, maybe. Uh, that
Yeah.
can be
So
a thought.
or
yeah,
maybe
I mean
strengthen
maybe
the
and in fact Liam
spin
Livingston wouldn't
department.
even have played if Team David was playing. So maybe they can release Liam Livingston. I think they picked him for some 8-10 crores. So maybe use that purse to get
10
some other
crores.
players. Yeah.
See,
So they can.
considering the fact that the way Krunal and Suyash bowled, I think one of the reasons was of keeping Liam Livingston was his prowess with the spin. But I think if we look at this season, they seem to be pretty sorted with their spin department.
Yeah. So I
So yeah,
think that's the only name they may try to release and maybe
Hey, this
try
is
and
the
take him at
season
a
like
lower
where
price or maybe
RCB
look for
team
some other
was,
players.
I would say, flawless. Like there are some seasons where you tell that this team is flawless. Like last year, if you
yeah,
talk about KKR, you talk about MI in 2020, CSK
yes,
maybe in 2018. So this was this kind of season for RCB. Like they made the record for winning all the away games. So
yes,
it's
yes.
very difficult, I would say,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
that
So
perspective,
yeah, that was
to
also
choose
a great
players
fit.
whom to
I
whom
mean,
to
they
retain.
won all their away games.
Whom,
Though
yeah,
that I mean, the LSG game was technically a home game, though it was being held away. So officially, they won all their away games. And yeah, I mean, Liam Livingston may be the only name.
and
Apart
from
from
my
that,
side also Living Livingston, because he came as an injury replacement for King David. So obviously Living Livingston. But apart
and
from
I
that, I
mean,
would say
maybe other few players who were warming the benches, but no other big names as of now. To be
maybe
honest,
Blessing Muzarabani was there. I think maybe
yeah,
get
I think
a
he was
bowler in
also a
place of him.
replacement to some guy. So Jacob Bethel or someone.
Yeah,
Anyways, I think
Jacob
maybe
Bethel.
only a few names, and
I
they
think
don't need to work a
Jacob Bethel
lot in the
also played
options.
well. The chance he got, I
Yeah.
think the DC game also gave a good start, and one more game. I think the Chennai game also he played well. So you cannot find flaws that much in this year's RCB team, I
Yes,
would say.
that's what I mean. There's not a lot of chinks in the armor for RCB, and I mean, not a great deal of job to do in the auctions. The only thing they will hope is again this team clicks as a unit. Everyone stays
Exactly.
in form, fit and fine, and
And do
I
what
mean,
MIA and CSK have done.
yeah, and they
Follow
will
their
look
Yes.
path.
forward to repeat this celebration more at Chinnaswamy. So,
Yeah,
if
they
you're
have
new to the
put the first
channel,
first step forward, and now it's only about going onwards and
yeah,
upwards from here. Yeah.
yeah, surely. I mean, I think the monkey is off the back, and they would now look to go upward. So, if you're new to the channel,
The Holy
please
Trinity is gone.
subscribe to the channel and please like, share, and subscribe. Share with as many guys as possible. And the whole Trinity is not gone. LSG has replaced RCB.
Yeah.
Cheers. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Good night.